can win this.
An agent needs assistance.
You've got your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
Vital signs critical.
The good old days. This build reminds me of way back when the Disruptor was created. Back when the Sawyer's exotic knee pads came out, and when I first got them to drop, how excited I was. The talent was way different from what it is now. How it worked was that after performing a cover to cover, once reaching your destination would cause an EMP blast, just like the Jammer Pulse. Man, the many strategies I adopted with those knee pads were epic. I'm just saying. This build, Eliminate, reminds me of it. How efficiently it disrupts hostile skills and interrupts enemies' ability to effectively fight you. This build's composition is such that it counters the very concept of how the Division 2 makes you an adept agent, and is versatile enough to perform successfully in whatever content you prefer. But what really got me hype was how easily I was beaming NPCs in Legendary, how quickly it would melt them. So you know it's certified for any other PvE difficulty. It's also really good in PvP. Before I show you this build, I need you to do two things. Drop a like and hit that subscribe button. Now let's dive right in. And as you can see, this has no exotic gear. It's a pretty easy build to make, yet so effective. It may look simple, but there are a lot of things going on here, which makes this output so much damage once you engage in combat. This primary weapon has been one of my favorite assault rifles since the Division 1. It's always been the off-meta variant of G36's, the Enhanced. I think I just love how cool it looks. Aside from that, it has a really nice fire rate with some great damage output. So if you haven't used the G36 Enhanced, you should. Now I have 𝐸 on it, which is what helps you gain those insane damage bonuses, because you can get up to 30% weapon damage from this alone. And the skills I'm using have a naturally low cooldown on a build considered to be DPS. Let me talk about those first, because this is where it starts after 𝐸, the double duo as I call it, EMP Sticky Bomb and Jammer Pulse. Especially great for Black Tusk invaded missions and Legendary. Also, with these two skills, you can cripple the enemy with ease, because after using either one of these, the second half of 𝐸𝐴𝐴 is activated, granting you 30% extra weapon damage on top of whatever you're dealing. Not to mention you destroying whatever skill the enemy attempts to use against you. That's not all either. As you observe the build, notice that I have both damage to armor and damage to health. These two named items are what give it to me: Contractor's Gloves and the Hollow Man. Don't worry about the crit because it's significantly high, as you'll see in the stats at the end of the video. That damage to armor and health is multiplicative. And I didn't mention this, but I do have it on my G36 as well. This is what helps that damage output also. But wait, there's more. The Fenris chest piece with Spotter for the extra AR damage I get to benefit my weapon. Spotter is probably the centerpiece of this build and a talent that leads in its ability to perform amongst everything else, because it does so many things. One, it gives you and your team vision by pulsing anyone you aim at. With the Technician Specialization's laser link attachment, I'm given a free pulse just by simply aiming at the enemy. And Spotter gives you extra damage to anyone you shoot that's pulsed, effectively allowing you to use a third skill alongside the Jammer Pulse and EMP Sticky Bomb. By the way, I'm not done with the damage bonuses, ladies and gentlemen. We have another. The Anarchist Cookbook, the named backpack with Perfectly Wicked. After applying any status effect, you're given another 18% damage bonus for 27 seconds. And you'll be applying those status effects back to back by jamming an enemy and using your EMP Sticky Bomb. So this talent just flows with the playstyle, you know? The two final pieces of gear on the build are to help out and give me as much crit chance and damage as possible. Grupo Sombra holster and the 𝐒𝐲𝐵𝐴 knee pads. Both of these give me just enough crit to deal the damage I need. I didn't tell you what my secondary was, did I? Well, it's the Scorpio, and I originally had it there just as a placeholder. But after using it, I realized how much damage it deals with this build. I mean, on top of the fact that it's giving you all these status effects to activate Wicked, it's also a great secondary. Because when playing Legendary, I'd run out of ammo often with my G36. So the Scorpio was such a formidable secondary to switch to, especially when those rushers would run up on me and also chungas with the bleed hives. I mean, usually people use the Scorpio just to utilize all those status effects, and it's kind of funny looking at NPCs going up and down on the ground all day. But to have all those status effects with that much damage is crazy. I mean, use it and you'll see what I'm talking about. All I can say about this build is that you need to go and put this together. I'm sure all of you have Contractor's Gloves, and if you don't have the Hollow Man, try and get it in the DZ. If you don't like going in there, then I suggest you wait for it to be on sale by one of the vendors, but I know you can eventually get it. Other than that, this build is definitely doable. Thank you for watching my video. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if so, show me by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Be right out.